and bans. Here we go. I can see some pick and bans popping up on my screen right now. Let's see what the first one. TRS is going to be banned by the red team. And we have.
I kind of have a love-hate relationship with that map, but it's definitely one that you can, of course, show a lot of skill on. So it's kind of sad to see it gone once more. Kind of understandable. Bioengineered is out as well. Oh, sorry, Chloe. I did not write the script.
Imagine that the casters wrote the script. Every match would be.
Every match would be a 7-mapper.
Yeah, exactly. Fuchsia is going to be picked by the blue team as the first map, and for Lengsnor is going to be picked by the red team as their first pick. Let's take a look at the next choice. Phrog is trying to pick one for Team Blue. It is going to be drum roll. We don't know yet. Thinking about it.
Yeah, Vaelyn, of course, making Kevin very happy once more. Cat's Eye is now also in the mix. Talked about it before. Very tricky map with a few ice slides, but definitely something that you can prove your worth on. Red Menace also picked by the red team, but Chaos of Breaks.
Winter Delight is the next one picked by the blue team. Now we are waiting for one more pick, and then we're going for the random map. And it is Peacekeeper that is being picked by the red team. And the random map will be Alstramaria Gardens. Alstramaria Gardens is the random. There we go. We have our 7 maps. And the first one will be a Fuchsia, picked by Team Blue, which is the Wild Things. And the Wild Things consist of Kato and a Phrog. Phrog substituting for Maya, and they will be playing against S and Saffron from the cold regions of the north. Winter is coming, maybe today, or is it going to be the British that will take the win? We will see. Fuchsia by Ellipse is first map, and we have a warm-up of 30 seconds. And then we will find out. What do you think? Is winter coming?
Well, winter is most certainly coming. The question is winter already setting in today? Is it gonna ruin our summer? Or are the wild things bringing some heat, some sunlight into the equation?
Some wild things, yeah.
This is probably the least predictable of all matches, because before that we knew the first match is super tight. The next 2 matches have a heavy favorite. We all can anticipate how these matches are gonna go, and having a 7-mapper in the first match was kind of predictable because we had 2 teams really, really tightly matched. But for now, Phrog has not played in the WRL so far. We don't know what Phrog is capable of. We know she's quick. We do have the PBs.
We might have a pause, actually. I'm looking at chat.
Yeah, but Kido is not playing.
She's driving,
She only has a mod not loading, but so far it does not seem to hamper driving abilities. Same cannot precisely be said for for Phrog, as Kido is also crashing out with Sapphiron and S are taking it away for the moment. We're gonna see if this round is going to be played out or if it's going to be skipped. Fall down to the pulse call of Cows Don't Have Brakes. Not Cows Don't Have Brakes, the Wild Things, of course. But it looks like Cows Don't Have Brakes get to finish that map, bring home an ace, as we see Phrog with another bonk. And Kiro is requesting a pause for the moment.
Yes, indeed. Because if you are struggling to load something, it's not working, and then suddenly you have to race, that could totally affect your performance. So let's see if this round is indeed going to be skipped, or if we will continue. If it's not skipped, that will be an ace. A round skip. There we go. Okay, we're still 0-0 while we figure out a little here. Excuse me.
Right, there is a mod on this map.
We're just doing a relog, I think.
I am not quite sure what the mod is. I haven't taken that close of a look at the map, I have to admit. But yeah, it's definitely looking like Cows on the Brakes are coming out of the gates swinging, while the Wild Things are currently still sorting out some technical issues.
Yeah, she's still trying to sort it, it seems.
Good night to Sasha as well. Thanks for being here and stuff.
Good night, Sasha.
Have
And
a good
thank you
sleep.
for modding and adding 1 million emotes. Literally 1 million. And while we wait for the mod situation to be sorted.
Well, Kigo is going to reconnect to the match.
Yes.
Or
because it is of course going to throw you off if you have if you're used to a certain look of a map or textures and visual aids, and suddenly it looks different. That can completely cramp your style, so to speak. So I totally understand that you want it to be what you're used to.
Yeah, definitely. And we're hoping that this will be resolved once reconnecting to the match. And yeah, Critty's also taking good care of that. Thank you to Critty. Drop some Critty appreciation in the chat and let him know that he's a great league admin.
He is indeed. He's in the matches, making sure everything is handled correctly. Thanks, Creedy. There you go. Oh, S is trying to do some stunt work. Trying to see if she can get. What is she trying to do? I think she's trying to bounce on that thing and then bounce up on the road. See if she can make a shortcut happen or something. It's interesting to see what she's trying to accomplish, and if it's gonna work.
Looks like Kyo still has the same troubles with a skids plugin. Do you have any technical knowledge on what skids are doing? Because I literally cannot tell you anything about that specific term.
I personally don't have those mods, no. They are usually used for, the speed slides, I guess, or just it's a visual thing. How well your speed slide is. Let's see. Only this map has mods. Quick escape spam to force the download. Yeah, that might actually work. Sometimes if a mod doesn't load, that's how it sometimes can work out. Let's see. I think S is stuck in an interesting situation here. Let me see if I can follow someone else. Again, to everybody watching, we apologize for the delay. There's just a little bit of technical issues with the mod not loading, so we're trying to sort that as soon as possible, and hopefully we can get back into the match. One round was driven, but that round result was deemed void, and we are restarting from scratch and to see if we can get the mod to load. Kato now is saying, let's just play. So she's probably going to just try to, because this is the only map together with, I think, Bioengineered with a mod.
I think so as well.
So I think she's just going to be like, let's just play and she'll figure it out. Hopefully it won't affect her too much. And bioengineered is not picked. I think it was actually one of the banned maps.
Yep.
So she won't have any problems with that. So if this is the only map, let's see if she can hopefully keep her focus and stay. Won't affect her performance. So, yeah, they are resuming. Everybody's ready. They're giving the go ahead, and we are going to go back into it. So, this is Fuchsia, the fourth quarterfinal of the Women's Racing League, fighting for a spot tomorrow versus Lunaea. And tomorrow, I think we're starting at 7, correct?
Yep.
I think it's 7. Yeah, exactly. So make sure you put that on your agenda and your set your alarm so that you can be here tomorrow at 7 for 2 semifinals. The first semifinal is between Red Blue and Lilies, and the second one, Lunaena versus one of these two teams. Here we go. We have started. We are off. And Neon, why don't you take this one away?
As with a good start so far, but has compromised the line through one of the later turns, through the grass turn. Kido and Sapphiron are battling it out for first place, but Phrog is also getting back into the mix. The British racer is definitely coming out of the gates, swinging at a victory, but now has compromised the line, clips the inside grass, and Kido clips a pillar. That is not something you want in these rounds. Can Phrog do something about Chaos on the brakes? It looks like she can, unfortunately not, as and Sapphiron are taking it home for an ace in round 1.
An ace is a nice start to have, and Kato seemed to be just driving just fine with that different UI, or the not the mod, but she did make a mistake there, which was unfortunate, and cows don't have brakes. Take the ace to start this match, and we are down in the second round here, and all the ladies are very close together. Saffron and Kido are in the lead. Phrog so close to that checkpoint, but then the landing, it just doesn't go her way, and she loses so much time there. S is 0.2 behind the leader, which is Kato, and so Kato is being hunted by 2 people here. She cannot make a mistake, or it's going to be another ace for cows don't have brakes, which is exactly what you don't want. And she does touch the wall there, and that's going to lose her so much time right before the finish. And S snipes second place. It's another ace, and it is 0-6 in points. And that is a dream start for cows don't have brakes, but for the Wild Things, that is not what you want to see. It's also their own pick. Wait, is it? No, it's not. Excuse me. Yeah, it is their pick. This is the Wild Things pick, so that is... cows don't have brakes are about to take it.
At this beginning, it's not particularly helpful, but the map is not yet lost. Sapphiron is once again taking off into the lead, but Kido and Phrog are catching up as is trying to defend this third place. Can Phrog have a better landing this time? It looks like she can. Kido is still chasing down Sapphiron. Sapphiron has a better angle into the dirt turn, but cannot extract much more speed than Kido. We're into the grass part. Nobody's clipping the inside grass. Can Kido this time keep it clean and maybe catch up to Sapphiron? She absolutely keeps it clean as Phrog is making an attempt to get that third place. Sapphiron is taking the win. Kido comes home in second, and S secures P3, which means we have another victory for cows don't have brakes.
That was a really good snipe by S there, who took the third place at the last second, and that means they only need a victory now in order to secure this first map. And Wild Things, they need like 3 aces in a row in order to win this, because it's just going to be very difficult. 8-1 is not a score you want to be up against. Kato is in first place though. She has a good start. S is on the hunt. Saffron as well, with a lot of speed out of that turn. And Phrog seems to have made a mistake. She's now about 5 seconds behind, so she won't be having a lot of points here, which means it's up to Kato to force this draw. Because if she ends up in second place now, it is immediately going to be over. So she needs to stay in that first place, and it looks like she will make it happen. the finish is clean, and it is indeed a draw, so they are not out yet.
Kido also just barely slower than
2-9.
her own PB. So she's taking the fight 2,000 of breaks. And
indeed.
Violet's not quite enough yet to get at them.
But you were dropping out a little bit there. Couldn't quite catch that.
It looks like... I forgot what I was trying to say. But yeah, we're getting into the next round. Round 5.
Never mind.
And once again, Saffron and Kido are trying to decide the win between each other. Phrog is still sticking to the rear of S and now overtaking, but Kido is out of the equation for now. Did Phrog have a mistake as well? Looks like it was inconsequential, but Kido is coming, swinging back. Penalty cross clipped, but not entirely consequential for Phrog as she hits the barrier and is out of the equation for this round. Can Kido come back at least at S? Saffron takes the win, secures the map for 1,000 of breaks, but Kido comes back to clinch a second place and steal the one off S.
With a 46.5, Saffron secures the map win. And that means we are going to the next one, which is Verlengsnoer. And let's see how the times are on this map. Verlengsnoer is... Saffron has a 3rd place there, which is a pretty good result. And it looks like Kato is in 9th place. And S sits at a 28th place position there. So definitely Saffron is going to be fast on this, but Kato could challenge her for the victory. So let's see. Hopefully Kato's problems with her UI and her the mod loading won't be affecting her this time. And it is in fact Phrog who needs to leave the server and come back, it seems. She has just left the server. We're still in the warm-up, but of course there will be a pause because she is not here yet. Cannot imagine this is live because we are missing a player. What exactly is happening? I think Phrog DC'd, yeah.
It's looking like the first round is underway for the moment. Of course, this is not going to go through, but I don't know what's going on for the moment, but we do not have a pause yet. But Phrog is now back in the game. She is obviously at the start of the map, out of contention.
But I can't imagine the race would start without a player present because maybe she didn't even load in properly.
That is possible. It looks like the top 3 are finishing for the moment. And we're waiting for a call of our admin. This round should be skipped. I would be surprised if it doesn't, but it's all a Pretty's call, of course.
Exactly. See what happens. Round skipped. Yep, exactly. Yep, because Phrog never even got a chance to start. Some internet issues. Unfortunate. That is what happens, though, when you're playing an online game. And I think the rule is that if it happens during the round, it doesn't get skipped, I think. But if it happens before the rounds even start, then it does get skipped. Is that correct? Am I saying that right?
I have literally no idea.
Okay,
I'm taking your word for it.
All right, but the round has been skipped, and right now we are live. We have 4 players, and that's exactly as many as we need. Phrog does take a little bit of an awkward turn there and loses some speed over that. It's going to be about a second behind. And it is S, Saffron, and Kato fighting for first place with the ladies from Cows Don't Have Brakes. Very speedy. But Kato having a really good jump and getting closer. But S is still able to take that second place back with a different line. And it's very hard to see Kato in second place now, but can S take it back and force out the ace? See if she can make it happen. Saffron, very strong in first place, doesn't let up at all. S has to release a lot during that last turn, which is Kato, which means Kato can take second place very comfortably. Phrog, having made a mistake, is 3 seconds behind, but Saffron and S secure a win here, and they are 1 point ahead. Score is 2-1 for Cows Don't Have Breaks. Round 2 of Verlinks.
And the Wild Things are looking to bounce back here. Phrog with a much, much better start to the map is currently holding on to third place, as cannot quite go the speed that her two opponents and her teammate can go. And Phrog has not quite optimized that specific turn. Third place goes to S for the moment. Kido is still chasing down Sapphiron. Can Sapphiron somehow get away? So far, it's super tight. 2 tenths between the leading pair. And Kido is not looking to give up. But it's the last turn. Can she keep it clean? Sapphiron with a faster exit takes the win in this specific round, as it makes it a victory for Cows Don't Have Breaks. And Phrog, unfortunately, way off the pace at this specific round. It's time to take a deep breath and hopefully step it up in the following rounds. Kido is definitely up there with Sapphiron.
Exactly, and also it was a beautiful sight, this map, from the bird's eye view right there. But of course, we're not going to look at that now. We're looking at 4 ladies who are racing for a spot in the semifinals, and they are so close at the moment, all within 0.1 of each other. But let's see if someone makes a mistake or if someone is going to have just a faster pace. Saffron with a really beautiful inside line. And let's see. Phrog has a bit of an awkward, wonky landing. Still does get more speed than S, though, or is it only a visual glitch? No, it's only visual. More inside on this right-hand turn. Saffron is going strong in first place. Kato is trying to do what she can to catch up. But will it be enough? Oh, look at that inside line. No, it was not quite enough. She had to release a little bit, but that line was beautiful. Saffron wins another round with a 50.8, and S in third place means stay secure. Another win. The score is 3-6, and the Wild Things are going to need one ace to take that back.
So far, it's all going according to plan for Cows Don't Have Breaks. Sapphiron needs to keep winning, though. If she gives Kido the chance, Kido is of course going to run away with it. S, with a beautiful start to the map, is now losing a little bit of time. Sapphiron trying to snatch that first place from her teammate, but can't quite do so for the moment. Now the grass part. Sapphiron and Kido with a beautiful line through there. S is still sticking to them, though. And Phrog has fallen off a little bit, but is still in the equation. If there's anything going to happen, if there's any mistake, S and Phrog are definitely going to pounce into the last turn. Sapphiron, once again with her very special line, and takes another round win. Kido, once again in second place, S in third. It's another victory for Cows Don't Have Breaks, and they're on track point now.
Have we had the same round result like 4 times in a row now?
I think so, yeah.
We have, right? That's pretty crazy. So at least they're all consistent in a sense. All right, we have round 5. And if it's the same result as the round before this, it's going to be a win for Cows Don't Have Breaks, because they only need 2 more points to take this map, which would be their second map of this quarterfinal. But once again, Saffron in the lead, Kato in second place, S is following in a third, and Saffron's pace is just, incredible. Oh, Kido has clipped indeed. This could be an ace for Cows Don't Have Breaks if they keep it up like this, but Kito's coming back with a wonderful line here, but S needs to stick it. Oh, this is going to be so close. S has the better line. No, is it going to be? She takes the ace. Right at the last turn. It was still close. But this map is going to Saffron and S. And that puts them 2-0 in the lead. And the Wild Things, if they want to make something happen, they have to start winning rounds, because 2 more maps for Cows Don't Have Breaks, and this match goes to them, and they will be in the semifinal. Next map is Cat's Eye by Zara, who is also in chat right now. And with the ice start, let's see what we can do here. We have a 30-second warm-up, of course, the magnet here. And Neon, you've played this map. What do you think?
Well, it's of course on the harder end of all maps, but it's definitely something that you can shine on if you have absolutely nailed it. Looking at the PBs, Kido's PB is half a second quicker than Sapphiron's, so this is going to be important to capitalize on if she wants to get back here, if the Wild Things want to get back at Cows Don't Have Breaks. And it looks like Kido can capitalize because she had an absolutely brilliant start. As I say this, Phrog unfortunately hits the outside barrier. I don't know what happened before that, but I think there was another issue at hand. He's out of the equation for now, and S doesn't quite match the speed of Sapphiron, and Kido has no chance to stick to the top two. It's once again a battle in between the teams for the round wins, but Kido absolutely clean, also through the grass part, only needs the quarter pipe jump to get it to the goal. It's a 48.8, a beautiful round from her, and Sapphiron, despite also driving it beautifully, can't quite keep up with her pace.
Exactly. And if Kido and Sapphiron are going to be this fast, it's really up to who gets third place. So Phrog needs to really try to get that third place here because they need this map. This was their pick, I think, and they need this map to come back. S makes a mistake, clips the inside of the sausage. But Phrog has already made a mistake, so she's 3 seconds behind. So the best that Wild Things can hope for right now is another draw. And let's see if they can make that happen. Saffron with a beautiful line. Kido making a mistake. Saffron is going to run away with the first place here. Takes the ice slide beautifully and will go into the grass section with Kido on her heels. But it's a 1.6 second gap. So if she doesn't make any mistakes, she can take first place here with no problem. And it looks like a Phrog is going to be in a third place and S in the rear in fourth. So we have another draw. This map is going to be a very hard fought map.
Sapphiron dipping into the 48s as well. Kido can definitely match that pace, no issues. She needs to keep it clean. And of course she's in the pressure situation. She's being 2 maps down. But once again, comes out the gate swinging with a beautiful start to the map. Sausage block is tricky, but she nails it. Sapphiron gets really, really close to her, but cannot quite catch up entirely. And now also had an issue. I don't know if she hit anything, but she definitely lost a lot of speed. It's out of the equation for now. Phrog can't quite stick to second place as Sapphiron comes back at her. And Phrog slides out of the ice turn. Unfortunate for the British racer. And she's out of the equation for the moment. Kido will bring it home. 48.9. Once again, a beautiful round. Sapphiron as are making it another draw. And Phrog, yeah, we all know ice is difficult to navigate. And Phrog learned that firsthand in this specific round. Hope the next one is going to be a little better.
Yes, Kido with a very strong performance on this map has been in third place 3 times already, or twice, just twice in first place. Saffron makes a mistake on the ice, and so does Phrog, so it's going to be between Kido and S at the moment. We've seen how fast Kido can be, and hopefully S can keep up. Look at this beautiful outside line here. S touching the outside dirt, and that will slow her down, which means Saffron is going to take over second place. Phrog has done something and is now 4 seconds behind, so that's going to be very hard to catch up. It's up to Kido again to keep first place here and force another draw, because otherwise it's going to be very hard, but it looks to be something that she's very up for, because she's going to take first place if she lands the quarter pipe. She does. Saffron is going to take second, Ez is going to be third, and we have another draw. I think they're going to try to break the record of the first game we had today for most amount of draws in a map or in a match, but that's going to be a hard record to catch. But for now, it's 4-4. Wow.
4 draws in a row so far. I think we had 12 or 13 draws in a row in the show match before the season started. Saffron once again clipping the inside. It's once again Asus taking on Keto, but Keto once again with a beautiful third line, as cannot quite replicate it. Saffron is catching up to her as well. Can Ez maintain that second place? It doesn't look like she can. Saffron is taking that over and is chasing after Keto. Keto nailing the ice slide, but can't quite nail the exit as well as Saffron can. Never mind, she has so much exit speed. It was absolutely beautiful. Somehow made that work. I don't understand how, but I'm also not an ice player. Saffron takes second place behind Keto. Ez coming home in third. Phrog is finishing with a 53.8. It's a solid round, and it's the 5th draw in a row.
All right, let's take a look at Phrog here, because she seems to have a lot of issues with that first ice slide. She does get it very well now, and this is really because Keto is consistently getting first place here. So if Phrog can have one good round, which brings them in the lead, that could be all they need, just one win instead of a draw, and that could be it. So if Ez or Saffron make a mistake, Phrog has to be there to capitalize on it. I think that's going to be what gives the victory here. Once again, Keto in the lead, Saffron and Ez following behind, and Phrog is catching up. Does she clip a little? She clips a little bit. Will Ez or Saffron make a mistake in this last section? Doesn't look like it. Oh, what? Saffron actually snipes the win here. This could be the entire turnaround of this map, because we've seen only draws for now, and Saffron just sniped a point away. So if the trend continues, this is looking very good for Cows Don't Have Breaks.
They're on track point for Cows Don't Have Breaks, but don't be deceived. It doesn't look like anyone's getting an ace here anytime soon. I probably jinxed that one now, but we're gonna see about that. Keto and Phrog are getting out of the gates a little better than their counterparts, but Phrog is hugging the inside barrier and is out of the equation for the moment. Saffron this time around a lot closer to Keto than on previous round. Can she steal that win again? Last jump saved her on the previous round. What's it like this time around? Keto with a beautiful ice slide. Saffron can replicate that as well with a slightly different line. We're on to the last jump once more. Quarter of a second between those two. Saffron with a low jump, but she misses it. And she has to respawn with a standing respawn.
Ace.
Keto is taking the victory. Phrog is taking a second place. It's an ace for the Wild Things. And I just said an ace is not gonna happen anytime soon. Of course it's gonna happen now.
You jinxed it exactly. You gave it to the Wild Things. And yeah, there you go. The score is 9-7, which means it's going to be the last round no matter what the result is. The Wild Things only need a draw or a loss even, or a victory or an ace, and Cows Don't Have Breaks need an ace no matter what. But Keto has been very strong on this map. Saffron clips the side. It's going to lose speed there, but Keto with a beautiful outside dirt line keeps a lot of speed. They need to catch Keto. Both of them need to catch Keto, or this map is going to the Wild Things. And let's see, Saffron clipping the wall again. Keto is their only hope to the only hope to catch this, to get this map is to catch her, but Keto is not having any of it. She's going to the quarter pipe with a nice lead of 1.5 seconds, and she will take this map for the Wild Things. The score is 2-1, and they close the gap in maps a little bit, and that is a very good thing for the ladies of the blue team. Very good performance from Keto. Very strong. GG.
That
we
is
go to map 4.
That is a very important step for the Wild Things. They are training the series 1 and 2. They are starting their comeback. Victory. And it was in one of the closest battles we had this evening. We had so many draws in the beginning. 5 of them to be exact before we had the first victory for Cows on the Breaks. And the Wild Things still turn it around with an absolutely insane ace.
Indeed.
And yeah, we're going on to Red Menace, which we also have seen a few times already this evening. And we have many very close PBs. Kido has a 44.574. Sapphiron has a 44.618. So basically nothing in between them, if I might say so.
Yeah, this is going to be a very close race indeed. And of course, if Cows don't have breaks manage to take this one, then it's only one more map to go before they can before they take the match and secure themselves a semi-final spot. Whereas the Wild Things, they need to get 3 more maps. They need to take this one, the next one, and then one more. So Cows don't have breaks are still in a good position, but by winning the last map, the Wild Things have closed the gap a little bit and made it a little bit brighter. Anything can still happen. They can still get this map. Kato is in first place. S is taking the second place. But everyone is basically within half a second here. And I seem to have lost my cursor. Here it is. I found it. Phrog in fourth place. And the gap is about 1.1 to the first place, which is Kato. It's going to be a draw that we start this map with, which we've never seen before this night. A draw. But that's what it is. Kato takes the map, or takes the first place for her team.
Yeah, I guess we're back to the drawing board. I'm not sorry for that one. But we're into the next round.
It's so good.
Phrog clips the inside and is out of the equation for this one. Kido hits the barrier, as clips as well. Sapphiron is the only one who gets unsafe through the first few checkpoints. And we're in prime position for an ace for Cows don't have breaks. And this is an important bit of momentum they could take off the hands of the Wild Things. We're in the engine off section. S is missing a lot of speed, but the gap to Phrog and Kido is gigantic. And while Kido is able to catch up to her teammate, she's not quite able to catch up to S. Sapphiron takes the round. S is taking the second place, and it's an ace for Cows don't have breaks.
That puts them in a very nice 4-1 lead on this third map, or fourth map actually, but the third map if they manage to take it. Let's see what the next round is gonna do. Kato and Sapphiron take the checkpoint first, and S seems to have taken, no, she's still there, I'm sorry. Everyone is within 0.4 now, but Phrog seems to have... Kato touches the wall, and she actually slows down. So now it's up to Phrog to try and limit the damage here and see if she can do something and grab some kind of point, but she needs to catch S. And the gap between her and S is about 0.3. She does have a lot more speed, though, in the engine off section, which is going to be really important here. But S takes more outside line. This is going to be such a close finish. Can she make it? And she does. She snipes it, and she limits the damage. They do not get the ace, but it is a win. Sapphiron with a 45.4, which is not a bad time at all.
It's a 46.3 for Phrog, which is only 3/10 off her own PB. So Phrog is definitely coming back here. He's willing to step up once more. He definitely wants to prove her worth, as Kido unfortunately bonks the inside line and Phrog clips out of it. And S and Sapphiron are unleashed. They are free to take another ace. They just need to bring it home. Kido 6.9 seconds behind. You would say nice, at least if you were a fan of Cows don't have breaks. I don't think that's gonna be as nice if you're a Wild Things fan. But Sapphiron is keeping it absolutely clinical. S, on the other hand, a little bit offline, doesn't matter too much. And Sapphiron almost loses the win on the last turn. I don't know what happened there, but it looks like she had a little bit of a fumble in the last turn, and as only 400 of a second off taking that win.
Yeah, she almost got sniped by her teammate there, but it wouldn't have mattered which one of them got first. They secure the ace, so that means they only need one more point to secure this map for themselves. And that brings the pressure onto the Wild Things because they need to ace. That's all they have to do. That's the mission, and let's see if they are up to it. It's of course not going to be easy because Saffron has been driving very fast on this. And also, I think I saw Phrog just make a mistake there. No, she actually, yeah, she did. She has to respawn, and that's of course not something you want to see. Kato has taken first place though, but she is closely followed by S and Saffron. Especially Saffron is only about 0.1 behind her. But who gets the most speed out of the engine off? Saffron is taking the lead, I think. Can she keep it while they race for... No, she can't. She made a mistake there. Something, I don't know, maybe she clipped the inside, but Kato manages to take first place back and can secure the draw. But actually, the draw doesn't even matter. They still take the map because they only needed one more point. Third map for Cows Don't Have Breaks. They only need one more map, and then the match is theirs, and the semifinal is theirs.
Twice in a row, the inside clipped. It was inconsequential at the end for Saffron, but she loses the win in the last round. And maybe that's giving Keto a little bit more confidence as we're going into Winter Delight, as we see her hit the inside of the first turn in the warm-up. Of course, this is completely inconsequential, unlike my attempts to get IT on this track, which to this date have failed. But, you know, at some point I'm probably gonna get it. So I'm having my hopes high. And I hope the Wild Things also have their hopes high. They need to win the next 3 maps to advance to the semifinals. And we're gonna see if they can make some progress towards that now. Vaelyn, take it away.
Alright. Let's see if winter is indeed coming. The map is called Winter Delight, and the ladies from the north have 3 maps, while the Wild Things only have 1. If they take this map, they take the win. Kato with a good start. Saffron close behind though in second place, and the gap is 4/400ths of a second. 4/10ths of a second actually. No, 400ths of a second. I'm saying it right. Saffron is hunting. She is taking these lines super wide to get as much speed as possible, but it doesn't look like she can come close. Kato is going to secure first place, and Saffron in second. S will take third, and Phrog is going to be a little bit delayed with 7-second gap. Taking fourth, we start with a draw again on Winter Delight. Kato with a 49.3.
Yeah, looking at the PBs, we once again have the situation that Saffron and Keto are only 2.5 of a second off each other with 48.9s each. And we're gonna see if they can capitalize on that. Phrog has unfortunately got lost into that first section, but yeah, it is tricky. It is super tricky to keep the 4th gear in the dirt section. Keto has lost a little bit of speed out of the technical part, and Saffron is trying to take over the lead, but Keto with a daring inside line takes it back and is putting down the gauntlet on this run. Phrog might not be in the equation, but Keto is looking to force the draw. As I say that, she clips the barriers once more. Saffron is looking to get the first place. She takes up the win. S is somehow still making it into the finish, but not on P2. It's a victory for Cows Don't Have Breaks, but I feel like this could have been more.
Yeah, definitely. That was an unfortunate mistake from Keto there. And again, right on the first turn, clips the inside and will immediately lose a bunch of speed. Phrog also with an awkward line, and Kato takes back third place. Right now, S and Saffron are in first and second on the way to an ace, but they need to keep that position Saffron really fast. Kato is hunting that spot back. We have seen that she has really good lines, and it looks to be that she's already driving towards as she's taken second place here. Can she catch Saffron? We have to see. Saffron doesn't seem to be making any mistakes yet, but can she keep it? It's only 3 more turns to the finish. And oh, she almost touched the wall there, but she didn't, and Saffron will secure first place. Kato in second, as in third. It's a win for Cows Don't Have Breaks, which puts them on 5-3. They only need 5 more points to take this map and the match with it. The Wild Things need to do it. They need to win. They need to win rounds, and they need to start doing it right now if they want to stay in this match.
2 points down is not yet lost. Keto is clipping the outside barrier, and Phrog also didn't have the cleanest of lines through the dirt section. Keto clips the barrier once more. Saffron and S are taking off into the distance. For a swift moment, S was in the lead. Not at the checkpoint though. Saffron is taking that responsibility for the moment, while S is trying to stick to the rear of her teammate. Not quite possible. Saffron is absolutely clean through these turns, through the dirt turn. It looks like they are securing an ace here. Can Keto somehow come back at them? It doesn't look like it can. And it's an ace for Cows Don't Have Breaks, which puts the Wild Things in a really difficult situation.
Yes, because they just need a victory or 2 draws or an ace or anything like that, and that will give them this match. So, like I said before, if the Wild Things want to take this, they need to start doing it now. Phrog with an awkward line. She is going to lose a lot of speed there. But S in second place, hunting down Keto. Saffron also in the mix. The gap is less than 0.2 of a second, but Keto knows that you cannot let them win this round. Keto has to get Saffron back here, because if they finish in this position, it's going to be over. Kato has to step on it. There is no choice. You have to risk. You have to catch Saffron if you want to make it to another round and to another map. Can she do it? It doesn't look like it. No, Saffron will take the map. S will take third place. That is the victory. That puts them at 10 points. Cows Don't Have Breaks win the map, win the match, and puts them into the semifinal tomorrow. Congratulations to Cows Don't Have Breaks. Very well driven. Not make it happen. They did take 1 map, but Cows Don't Have Breaks. They were fast, and they took it home.
Well, that's about as close as it gets. Cows Don't Have Breaks in the form that they need to contest the top 4. They really showed they're not here to play, they're here to win. The Wild Things showed a great performance, but ultimately were not entirely able to catch up. Of course, the situation is a little bit difficult, considering that Maya Mori had to step aside quite on short notice. We're hoping that she's doing well and wishing her all the best, of course. And the Wild Things still displayed a great display of talent, and they definitely don't have to hide. We of course hope that we see Keto, Maya Mori, and Phrog in the next season of WRL again. But for now, congratulations to Cows Don't Have Breaks. They're going to play in the semifinals tomorrow at 7 p.m.
Indeed, and those semifinals will consist of Red Blue versus Lilies, and the second semifinal is Lunaina versus Cows Don't Have Breaks. The final will be played right after, and in this master sheet it says 2 o'clock tomorrow, but I don't think that's accurate. I think it's 7. Can someone confirm that? Creedy, are you in chat? Or Chloe? It should be 7, right? I think. Yeah. So those are the semifinals, and I think they're going to be good ones. I'm really looking forward to it, and I think it's going to be good. And once again, I'm hoping for 7 mappers. It's too summer in the world. That is absolutely true. So yeah, it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Wow, my camera's bright. The heck, I'm glowing.
Yep, that's all for matches for tonight. Of course, hope that you enjoyed the show, that you enjoyed the matches, and that your favorite team is still in the equation. And we're hoping to see you again tomorrow at 7 p.m. Central European Summertime. Vaelyn, thanks to you for joining me tonight on the casting desk, and hoping, of course, that we see you again in the next season of WRL as well.